Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, and we want to start out tonight's episode by talking about a great sponsor we have in Knob Creek Gun Range. They have everything you could possibly need for hunting, tactical. They have a really cool machine gun shoot they just did a few weeks ago. They have scopes. They set your guns in for you. So go out and see Kenny Sumner's in the game at Knob Creek Gun Range. Tell them Wild Kentuckiana Live sent you. And anything you possibly need, they're going to have there for you, folks. If they don't have it, you really probably don't need it. Anything from assault rifles to handguns, shotguns, rifles, just a full line of ammo, scopes, just a little bit of everything. So make sure you go check them out. We have a special guest here tonight. We have, what's your name again?
Hyte Rouse.
Hyte. Now, Hyte, we'd like to, on this show here, we like to showcase our young boys and girls that are just tore up with hunting like we are. And Hyte here is 9 years old. He's from Bullitt County. You got a pretty good resume for being 9 years old. You know what resume means?
No.
Not really? It means you've done a lot in a short period of time. So you're on the archery team.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot NASP archery at your local elementary school.
Yep.
Now, how do you like doing that?
A lot.
Okay, so do y'all practice a lot? What do you do?
We practice 3 times a week.
Okay, and then you have different shoots y'all go to, and
Yep.
now y'all just finished up a big shoot here recently, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was it?
The
The state?
State.
Yeah, the state shoot.
Yep.
And so, what's your best score so far?
251.
A 251. For folks you don't know, 300 is the best score you could possibly get in the NASP program. NASP was started by Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife several years ago, and it's a really, really great program. It really introduces the young men and women to shooting archery, and the concept was hopefully it will lead into them to become hunters down the road by hunting license tags, that type of thing. But it's really nationwide has overtaken the archery community. It's just really strong. It's really good. Teaches kids a lot of focus, a lot of fundamentals, competitiveness, because you're always competing. 251 is really good with this max of being 300, being you're in the 4th grade?
Yeah.
4th grade? That's really good. Do you enjoy shooting it?
Yeah.
I could see you shooting a pink bow.
No.
No, not a pink bow?
No.
What color's your bow?
Camouflage and orange.
Camouflage and orange. What better color than that? Camouflage and orange. Now, I understand you've had a pretty good year so far.
Yep.
Now, last year you got to kill your first deer, is that right?
Yep.
And was you 9 or 8 at the time?
9.
You were 9, you just turned 9 probably? Yeah? Somewhere
No.
around there?
No.
You were already 9 when you killed your
Yeah.
first deer? Okay. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Well, me and my dad were 100 and maybe 175 or 150 yards away
Mm-hmm.
from where I shot my deer.
What kind of gun was you using?
I was using a 243.
Which is great for a youth. That's one of the best guns out there to learn how to shoot with. And 150, 175 yards is a really, really long shot.
Mm-hmm.
And did you make a good shot?
Yeah.
Where'd you hit him at?
I blew one of the back legs almost all the way off.
Okay, that's not typically a good shot, but
No.
it worked out for you, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you see a bunch of deer that day?
Yeah.
Now, I understand the story goes you were hunting with your grandpa first, right?
Yep.
And what happened there?
Well, they had to go my grandpa and grandma had to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, my dad had just got home from work. And my grandpa called my dad and asked him if he'd come up to where we were hunting. And so I could stay up there with him and maybe shoot one.
That's good. Now, you'd been deer hunting before, but never had the chance to shoot a deer yet.
Yeah.
Did you see a bunch of deer?
Yeah.
How many did you see, you think? 2 or 3?
4 or 5 maybe.
4 or 5? Any bucks?
A 6-pointer.
A 6-pointer? And then this doe come. Well, you think it's a doe, right?
Yeah.
And it ended up being a button buck.
Yep.
Which is hard to tell at 175 yards if it's a doe or a button buck. So you shot him. You shot his back legs almost off.
Yeah.
Did you have to track him very far?
Yeah.
How far did you have to go, you think?
maybe 50 or 100 yards.
Okay. And did you find blood, and what happened there?
Well, we started out in the wrong place when we were looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Which easily happens because it's a long shot. It's hard to see where he went in the woods at.
Then my mom said, let's go this way. Then we finally went that way, and we started to find blood and bones.
Everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
Now, did you and your dad say, yeah, Mom, you're probably right, because it probably don't happen a whole lot? Is Mom usually right?
Yeah.
Most of the time? Okay, that's the way it
Yeah.
usually goes. Moms are always pretty much right all the time. If they're not, they're going to tell you they are. So, once you found the deer, did it go down a hill, or did it die right there on top of the hill, or did it run down?
It ran down the hill pretty far away from where I shot it.
Mm-hmm. Now, was you hunting out of a tree stand or a box blind, or?
We were sitting in a fence row hunting.
Okay. And they were just coming out. Did you have corn or anything out, or
No.
you were just out there waiting on them?
Yep.
Just been seeing them there before, and you knew deer come through there quite a bit, huh?
Yep.
Now, also understand you shoot some squirrels too.
Yep.
Now, what do you like better, deer hunting or squirrel hunting?
Deer hunting.
Yeah, I like deer hunting too. Squirrel hunting's fun because what's fun to you about squirrel hunting?
You get to walk around.
That's right. You don't have to be so quiet and just sit there the whole time. You're able to get up and walk around and try to find those squirrels. And now, do you eat them?
Yeah, I've only ate 2 of them.
What do you think about it?
I thought it tastes like chicken.
It always tastes like chicken. Rabbit, they all taste like chicken. I tell you what's good is you do squirrel for breakfast with biscuits and gravy. That's real good. Now, we're going to take a break here in just a few seconds, so when we come back, we're going to talk about last weekend. Our turkey season's in, folks. For those of you who watch the show regularly or follow me on Facebook or Lights Out Outdoors on Facebook, you know that we're having one of our probably most productive years Lights Out's ever had as we've been a part of a TV show. I think we have 11 birds down on film, and be hunting all this week to try to finish tagging out, and some other guys on staff will be too. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about turkey hunting here, because from my understanding, you're just an all-around good shot on deer, turkey, squirrel, don't matter. You just like to shoot them.
Yep.
Okay, folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Wild Kentuckiana Live. Hey, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. I got hunter extraordinaire Hyte here with me, and before we went to break, we was talking about his first deer hunt experience and how he likes to turkey hunt. And 9 years old, and you're in
Yep.
4th grade,
Yep.
and you shoot competitive archery with the NAS program at your school.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to continue to do it when you get to middle school too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. You need to. It's really good practice. Have you started actually picking up a bow yet, to hunt with a bow yet?
No.
Just been working on the NAS program first?
Yeah.
That's really good because it'll get you a lot of practice, a lot of fundamentals from when you actually start bow hunting.
Mm-hmm.
It'll really help you. You'll really be ahead of all your buddies that didn't do the NASP. So you'll be able to shoot a lot better than them, which is always important, to be better than your friends, right?
No.
Pretty important. He was telling me at break here, when he goes back to school, he's going to have so many girls surround him. You're going to be signing autographs. You'll have girlfriends everywhere, aren't you?
I guess.
So tell me a little bit about this turkey hunt. Last weekend, you went turkey hunting.
Yep.
So how'd that go?
It went good. Saturday, we walked around, and we sat in a blind first.
Mm-hmm.
and then we started to walk around. We heard a lot of gobbling.
Now, did you hear a lot of gobblers on the roost before? There's a picture of your bird right there on TV. That's a really, really good bird. That's your first one?
Yep.
That is a big Jake. And so when they were on the roost, when it was still dark, were they gobbling pretty hard?
I don't really remember.
Not really? You don't remember? You were probably sleeping in the blind, wasn't you?
No.
He wasn't? So what happened when y'all started taking off after them?
Well, then we started to see a lot more on Saturday, we seen 3 turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
We seen a hen first,
Mm-hmm.
and then we started to walk around and we seen a big gobbler with a hen walking around.
He was on that hen, wasn't he?
Yep.
Now, you didn't have no luck Saturday, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
Then Sunday, we were surrounded by turkeys.
That's not a bad thing.
A hen seen us, and it was with a jake or a gobbler, and I guess the hen seen us, and the hen and gobbler ran away.
Oh, okay.
And then we moved to a different spot, and the turkeys were watching us. And then
Turkeys can see really good. You got to be really still. Now, when you were hunting Sunday, was you in a ground blind again, or was you just
we were just walking around.
just walking around? Then you seen that jake?
Yeah. There was 2 jakes and a few hens and maybe a gobbler
Uh-huh.
with the hens and jake. And, well, we thought one of the jakes was a hen.
Right.
And my dad, he said, you can go ahead and shoot it. It's a jake. And then,
That was what you wanted to hear, wasn't it?
yeah. And then I shot it, and it fell. And
Started flopping around?
yeah.
Did you run after it?
We just walked up there and
Just
it
walked up there and it was already...
stayed in one spot.
That's good. That's a good. I've shot him and had him fly off on me before. It becomes a whole different ordeal trying to find him after he flies off.
When it was flopping around, the neck was just laying on the ground.
So you
Wiggling.
destroyed his head.
Yeah, or
That's
his
what you're
neck.
supposed to do. You're supposed to shoot him in the face, aren't you?
Neck.
In the neck? That was the goal, wasn't it? And you accomplished your goal. So, being 9 years old, you've already killed squirrels.
Yep.
You done killed turkey.
Yep.
Done killed a deer.
Yep.
What's next? Caribou, antelope, moose. What do you want?
Coyote.
Coyote.
They're all over our farm.
That's really good. I'm glad you have that thought process at 9 years old. Do you know why it's important to kill those coyotes?
Well, they kill our livestock.
Yep. And they're going to kill fawns, and they're going to eat turkey eggs, and they're going to basically kill anything they possibly can to eat it.
A few years ago, one of our dogs was being attacked by 4 coyotes.
Yeah, when they pack up, they'll go after about anything. Did it hurt the dog pretty bad?
It looked like a murder scene in our basement.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good. Now,
My-
have you been out coyote hunting yet?
Yeah. My dad killed one of those coyotes.
Yeah, we all as hunters need to do our part and make sure we control the predator population. Coyotes, foxes, they all get after animals we like to enjoy hunting.
Yep.
So we got to make sure, especially livestock, because if you got a lot of livestock, whether it be goats or cattle, or they get on those calves, and it's not cheap to have livestock, so you got to always keep them protected. And
Yep.
it's really cool for people to go out there and take advantage of that and kill a coyote anytime
Yep.
you can. So hopefully you get that opportunity here soon.
Yep.
And you'll add that to your resume remember what resume means?
No.
You don't remember?
No.
We'll be able to add that to your list of accomplishments as a 9 or 10-year-old. Now, what's your plans this summer? We was talking when we was coming off break. But y'all have a pretty nice sized farm out in Bullitt County.
Yep.
And you got a big pond on there. Is there any fish in it?
Mhm. We have 3 ponds.
Okay.
And well, we cleaned one of those ponds out.
Okay. What kind of fish y'all have in them?
Catfish, bass,
Well,
bluegill.
when we get off here, I'm gonna need the GPS coordinates of those. Okay. So I can come over and clean them out for y'all. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, folks. When we get back from break, we're going to have a really nice segment about our great sponsor at Knob Creek Gun Range. It's some footage we compiled a few months ago out there and hadn't had the opportunity to show you yet. So when we come back, we're going to be able to show you that. So stay tuned for that. And you know what? Maybe we'll hook up next year on deer season. Maybe I'll come out with a film crew and we'll put you on camera since you're a natural. And maybe we can get you shooting something else on film this time. What do you think about that?
I like that.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I mean, heck, you're already going to have all these girls at school all over. You get to beat them off with a stick. And so maybe after we put you on film again, you'll even have more girlfriends because you can never have too many. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay, folks. This kid here, he's a character. He cracks me up. He's pure country. That's why I love this kid. He's pure redneck like me. He reminds me of myself when I was little. So stay tuned when we come back. Knob Creek Gun Range. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. Now every week we tell you about our great sponsor, Knob Creek Gun Range, and we go into all the different aspects of what they offer here at Knob Creek. And today we actually wanted to bring you on location and show you what they have to offer. With me I have Kenny Summers. Kenny,
Hi.
Appreciate your time today.
Good to be with you.
Now tell me a little bit about Knob Creek. How did it get started and what do y'all do here?
My dad started a range years ago, actually back in the early 60s, and it's been a gun range ever since. And I started running the gun range in 1980. He turned it over to me to run and make it or break it, as you might say. So we've been making it ever since. So.
And you've done a great job, you know, across the country. I've hunted all over this country, and you know, you're more famous for your machine gun shoot that is known countrywide. I've been in Montana elk hunting, and they say, "Where are you from?" Kentucky. Well, they have the machine gun shoot there, so everybody knows Knob Creek as the machine gun shoot.
Yeah.
But it's not all you offer here. You offer a variety of different things.
Right.
What kind of weapons do you usually carry here?
We sell a good selection of handguns, bolt action rifles, semi-auto, you know, the black rifles, as you might say,
Sure.
assault rifles, revolvers, just a full slew of all of them.
And you have everything you need for, and we talk every week about Knob Creek Cow. You know, most of our viewers are hunters. So you have everything from any type of hunting rifle you might want, whether you want to hunt with a pistol, hunt with a rifle. Do you carry slug guns?
I have a few. I don't sell a lot of slug guns, but I do have a few. And anything we don't have in the store, we can order and get it in here. So.
And then you also have the scope rings, scope bases, things of that sort. Everything you need, including ammunition, of course, to supply your local hunter.
Yes, sir. We sure do. We do mounting and bore sighting on the hunting rifles, so if anybody needs their scope mounted and bore sighted, we can take care of that for them. Then we have the range where they come out and shoot. Range fees just $10 a person to shoot for the day.
Right. And you also have a yearly, where you can do a yearly, right?
Yearly membership for an individual is $100. You don't have to pay the $10 fee when you come out. Just come out and shoot as often as you can afford to.
So, you know, $10 a shot or $100 a year. If you're an avid shooter, or if you're hunting, if you're setting in several rifles, whether it be muzzleloader, pistol, whatever you're doing for deer season, you can always come out here, and for $100 a year, you've got it. I mean, you can shoot as many times as you want to.
It's a bargain in every sense of the word.
It is. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you're known for, your machine gun shoot. Tell us a little bit how that goes on.
Machine gun shoot, we do that in April and October, and we have shooters that come from across the country out here to shoot because they just don't have the range to shoot.
Sure.
And some of the laws in the states won't allow them to shoot full auto, so we're fortunate enough that we can do that.
God bless Kentucky.
And we can do that, and we have the pyrotechnic charges and stuff that we get to put on the targets and blow those things up, so, you know, we got permits and stuff to do that.
What is the biggest weapon y'all have shot here at the range for your machine gun shoot?
We've had, I think they brought a 105 out one time just to shoot. Yeah, and it does rock the world here.
I'd say it does. Sounds like you really got Fort Knox in your backyard when you fire that off. Now, what kind of things do y'all blow up when y'all ever had the machine gun shoot?
Target-wise, we shoot old car bodies, appliances, you know, refrigerator stoves, water heaters, wood and electric spools, old boats.
I've seen a bus or two, maybe?
We've done buses. I think the only thing we haven't shot up probably is an airplane or something. You
know, is that planning for the future?
If one ever come available, I guess we could take care of it.
Right. And it's a really good, you have a lot of vendors here, correct?
We do. We have over 1,500 tables in our gun show area, which in the big pole barn area and around the drive as you come into the range. With, I'd say it's about 225 different vendors.
And what kind of items are these vendors carrying? Is it all like new stuff or used stuff? Is it like bargain trading? What goes on?
There's a lot of unique parts and pieces for machine guns. They have machine guns for sale, ammunition, military surplus, just gun parts in general.
Probably a lot of hard to find stuff.
Oh, there is, yeah. And ammunition, they bring tractor trailer loads of ammo out here. So
Really?
it's a good time to hunt up some cheap ammo.
What kind of numbers do you see from the general public? I know when you drive by here, when they're having a machine gun shoot, they're parked all the way down 44 both ends. And so I know it's a good turnout, but what kind of numbers actually from the public comes out here and sees this stuff?
We normally have between 14 and 16,000 a weekend.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Not only are you, I mean, a lot of people from out of town, so you're really supporting, our local hotels, our local restaurants, and, you're really bringing an economic impact to our county here when you do these machine gun shoots.
Yes, sir.
And people seem to enjoy it. You can't go around anywhere in Bullitt County, Jefferson County, Nelson County during that weekend and people not talk about Knob Creek Gun Range because it's the biggest thing going on. So people plan their whole weekends right around your gun shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's folks that, just twice a year, they plan their vacation to come out to the shoot.
That's impressive.
That's their vacation, so.
And folks, so we've told you about Knob Creek every single week on Wild Kentuckiana Live, but we've not yet shown you. So this is exactly what they do here. They also offer, if you would like them, and you don't have time to, if you'd like them to set your rifle in for you, they do offer that service also. So make sure you come out here in Knob Creek on 44. You're right here close to the Jefferson County line. You're in Bullitt County, very convenient. They got a range official out there, so it's really speedy. You can go in and shoot, go out and get your targets, so you're not waiting around hours for everybody to clear. They really have a professional atmosphere. Everybody here knows what they're doing, so if you have any questions, you can speak with any of the staff. Kenny, you're here every single day.
90% of the time.
Right, so every time I walk in, I always see Kenny here. So get all your ammo here and check out their website. Their website will have all the important information for when the machine gun shoots are happening. They offer concealed classes here.
Yes, sir.
And you also do the Fish and Wildlife Orange Card certifications here.
Yeah, the Hunter Ed classes, we do those.
And you can check their website out for all the information, or on the Hunter Safety, you can go to the fishandwildlife.com website. It will tell you when the classes are here at Knob Creek. So make sure you come out and take care of these guys, because I tell you what, they're doing a great thing out here for all of us. They're really supporting our Second Amendment rights. So folks, thanks for tuning this week to Wild Kentuckiana Live. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. I hope you enjoyed that little segment with Knob Creek Gun Range. They are a very big part of this show, bring it to you every week, so we like to do what we can to help them out and make sure you go see Kenny Sumners and the gang, and they'll be able to take care of you for all your needs. I got with me here now, Lights Out, Outdoors TV crew member, or staff member Brian with me. And Brian is a very big part of our staff, and he's tore up with his turkey hunting like most of us are. And he's got some real cool footage we're going to show you here in a few minutes of a bird he killed this week, or last weekend. But first of all, a few months back, we had a really good friend of ours, Chris Soder, that was having a benefit at my restaurant. And Chris, he's got multiple sclerosis, and he was heading up to what's the big center up there in Cleveland, Ohio? The Mayo Clinic.
Mayo Clinic.
He was heading up to Mayo Clinic and trying to get some research done and figure out what was going on. So we threw a big benefit for him, and one of the things we gave away was a guided filmed hunt for turkey this year. Well, his stepbrother actually bought that package, and we took him out this morning and was able to close the deal pretty quick this morning. So we got some footage I want to show you that was right from this morning. We heard him gobbling on the roost pretty hard this morning. His brother lives in Indiana, so he had about an out-of-state tag, of course. And had no hens fly down on us this morning, none at all, which was unusual. Didn't hear any of them on the roost or anything. And he hit the ground, he shut up, and I made one little call, and he gobbled in the wood line, and he come flying out, and our AVNX decoys was doing their job. We had the lay down hen, or the sitting hen, and the breeder and the feeder, and I had little Jake out there. So he was wanting to try to check out what was going on with one Jake and 3 hens. So he came in, and as you can see here, he's so close to being a Tom, it ain't funny. I mean, he had almost a complete full fan. He had probably 5, maybe 6-inch beard. And he worked like you want a bird to work. And he come right on in for him. And luckily, Zach had just bought his turkey choke, and hadn't patterned his gun, never shot this gun or anything else. So didn't know that until he was already in the blind. And starting out, our blind, Brian, was 50 yards down the field line, blew out with a storm that come through last week. But this bird's going to look right at us, and it's kind of a cut cornfield and some yellow flowers, but it was perfect, as you can see here. And it was over. I mean, he just started flopping right there. We was back at the truck at, I don't know, 7:15, 7:30 at the latest, doing pictures and interviews and all that. But you know, that's really the way you want it to happen. That's how last week at opening weekend my bird did. My bird flew off the roost, had the hens fly right into my decoys. The tom flew off in the woods. He come out and seen all the hens around the Jake decoy, and he was on a beeline right from my decoys. And opening day, I probably should have let him give me a little show, you know, fan up a little bit and give a little show and maybe beat that decoy up a little bit. But being opening day, I wasn't going to take that chance. So I popped him pretty quick, but in the meantime, I shot my Jake decoy, so now it's like a rattler. It's got a bunch of BBs in it, so.
When they blow up, that ain't good.
It's not, but you know, I'll take a decoy. I'll lose a decoy every time for a turkey.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yes, sir.
We've had a wonderful season. I think we got 11 birds on film on the ground for the Lights Out Show and Pursuit Channel this year, so we're really excited about that. And you, how's your season been going so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of action. I mean, seems like so far they've been real quiet as soon as they hit the ground. As soon as them feet hit that dirt, they shut right up. But it seems like as soon as them hens hit that nest, I mean, they just open up, and I've been hearing, I mean, a lot of gobbling from about, 10 to 2.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we've been on a lot of birds, and we've seen a lot of birds, so
now you
far.
took your buddy out for his, he hadn't killed a bird since he was a kid.
Yeah, he's probably, I'd say he's 30, 34, 35, and he was a kid last time he killed a bird up in Wisconsin. And he's been doing a lot of filming for me, deer hunting and duck hunting. So that was one of my goals this year, was to get him back into it. And
So how'd that hunt go?
well, we was back at the house eating breakfast at 7:20 in the morning.
That's the way you want it.
So the truck was still crackling. It was still a little hot when we got there. So it's kind of the way you want it to go when you got a guy who ain't killed one in a while.
Yeah, I'm sure he was pretty excited about that, you know.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger a little quick. Like I say, he wasn't gonna let them put on a show. I think they was gonna go whoop up on that decoy a little bit.
Yeah.
And they was liable to stay around there for, I mean, they probably would have put on a heck of a show, because there's about 7 of them total.
Right.
And
Now, where was y'all hunting at?
Case County.
Case County?
Down home, yeah. And he pulled the trigger before they ever could even smell the decoy.
That's what I had to tell Zach this morning. Zach had never been on a hunt before being filmed. Well, that's a pretty shot there. Look at that. That was his. That was his. Jake. That was his. And you know, they were still walking when he shot.
Y'all, they was almost running.
Yeah. Well, Zach this morning, he'd never been on film before, so I told him when we got in the blind, I said, you know, you got to really, I'll tell you when to shoot.
Right.
And he's like, man, I'm so glad you told me that, because I got a real itchy trigger finger. And Zach's also a U.S. Army reservist, and I believe he's done a tour in Afghanistan. Nice. So he does have an itchy finger for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was great to get him out there for that today. But, you know, I like to tell my shooter when to shoot, because I want to have my hands off the camera, because that loud boom inside that ground blind echoes pretty good. And
it'll shake it.
You get a little shake on that camera when that happens. So he did a really good job. And I mean, it was, for a guy that just bought his turkey choke, had never shot the shell through it.
That's a nice shot.
Had never patterned it. Didn't know what was going to happen with that gun. And he was shooting those Winchester Longbeards. So it's a really, really good shell to use. It's a shell everybody uses.
Yes, sir.
And he really pulled a great shot off, because you couldn't see a whole lot of that bird, because those yellow flowers there, that cut corn stalk, it's really tough. But man, that blue head there is the most beautiful thing in the world, isn't it?
That red and blue, it's just, God bless America right there, boy.
It is, and you know, he turns and looks right at us, and it was over. You can see the water fly out of the gun when he does it. And I mean, the bird didn't flop around no time, and we just got really lucky that the bird came in. And the bad thing about it was, when he shot, we looked to our right, and there was a big old gobbler sitting right there, 75 yards. Came in silent, like you said, hit the ground, not another peep. Didn't know he was there until he shot, and he flew off. So hopefully that bird is back tomorrow, because you're on vacation.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be shooting a lot of stuff in the face this week.
With any good luck, we will.
Yep. So Casey County's been good to you this year.
Yeah, it has. Case County's loaded up with wildlife anyway. I mean, deer, turkey, and I mean this year it seems like there's more birds than I've ever seen down there. I mean, they're just in every field, every cut cornfield, every holler you call into, you get a response.
But I'm hearing that from all over the state.
I have to, yeah.
And you know, there's a great Facebook page, Kentucky Turkey Hunters. It's kind of a playoff of the Kentucky Whitetail Hunters. Those guys do a great job. You can always go on there and kind of get a feel for what's going around across the state because everybody in the state's posting pictures, asking questions. Hey, you know, I ain't heard a bird. Is anybody else hearing birds? It's a great way to communicate statewide with a lot of different turkey hunters to see what's going on in the different parts of the state. I've heard from across the state, very vocal on the roost like they have been with me.
Yeah.
When you hit the ground like you said, they're done for. And they're coming in silent. Now, I hadn't had the opportunity to hunt that 10 to 2 because I've been out twice and we killed 2 birds before 7:30, which is a good thing.
Yeah, done.
But we've not had many gobblers going on, and
No,
you know,
once they hit the ground, they're tight-lipped.
and for the life of me, I had no idea where the hens were at this morning because I've always seen 7, 8, 9 hens fly off the roost to the same field every day, and there wasn't a hen one.
My buddy saw 12 hens in the same field we hunted this morning, and he saw them yesterday morning at 7:34, he said, and this morning we didn't hear a hen, we didn't see a hen. All we saw was 2 jakes.
Yeah, and the weather's really helping us out right now. The weather's been really good for us. Our yeast was really bad, you know, 50-mile-an-hour winds, 31 degrees outside. Those birds won't get very vocal.
No, they're
that, and so
down in the hollers.
Yep, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more with Brian about his pretty cool hunt. You're going to really get a good kick out of it, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. I got with me Brian Sneed, staff member of Lights Out Outdoors TV. Now, Brian, you've been with us for how long now?
Going on a year.
Going on a year now?
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, folks, Brian has contributed tremendously for our team. He's brought a lot of. We didn't really have that waterfowl expert on our team. We'd all done a little bit of waterfowl hunting, but nobody that was really keened in on it. Brian here, boy, he's a waterfowl freak, so you know,
Yeah.
anything that flies, you want it.
If it's got feathers, I like to kill it.
Right, so you know, it was good to bring him on because he's very knowledgeable about the waterfowl and an extremely good turkey hunter. Every once in a while, you kill a deer, so it helps.
Yeah, I like deer hunting too. You know.
But you know, those turkeys are pretty vocal, it's pretty interactive, and we made it. The first time I met Brian, his wife works for my wife, and I was needing a cameraman for Kansas on a turkey hunt. Never met Brian before, and I told my wife, I said, well, ask him if he wants to go turkey hunting to Kansas. And it was like 3 days before we left.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she called me and said, yeah, Brian's in. Didn't know this guy from anybody. I just knew he was a redneck, so I was going to like him. So me, you, Bob, and Ed take off on a 12-hour drive to Louisville, Kansas.
Yeah.
To get some birds, and we had a ball.
Oh man, it was a good time.
And you know, from that point on, Brian's been with the team. He's pulled his own weight, and sometimes pulled more than his own weight, and it's been a really big part of our team. So we're glad to have him a lot, and he really does a good job for us, and we really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
And it's fun.
Oh, it's a blast. I never dreamed an opportunity like this would come, but when you offered it to me, it's been a roller coaster that I'm enjoying every minute of.
Absolutely, and it's only going to get better. Like I said, folks, we're going to be premiering on the Pursuit channel this year, and we're going to be 7 a.m. Saturday mornings, starting in June, which is right around the corner.
Yep, coming up.
We're going to have some really sick footage to show you from everything from bear hunts to deer hunts, turkey hunts, waterfowl. I mean, if you name it, predator hunting. Our show's going to be set up a little different than most, and I'm excited to see how it turns out this year. And I'm excited to hunt a bunch of new states this year to get some more footage. And it's just been a blessing, man.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Now you see all these Facebook posts and all these people on Facebook doing all this reaping with these turkey fans and this and that. And me being a fat guy, it's kind of hard for me to be able to do that. But you accomplished that goal this weekend.
Yeah. Last year I did it first time, and it was a little different. I just had a full strut decoy, and I had hand up his backside, you know.
Right.
So that was a little tougher. So what I ended up doing is I come up with this idea, and I cut him all up, and a buddy of mine made a reaping rig.
Uh-huh.
And
Now, explain the reaping rig.
all I did was I cut his wings off, and I cut just behind his head off, and my buddy took it and put some great stuff in it to keep its shape,
Okay.
and put some netting behind it, and then he put a piece of all thread in it and folded it down and stuck it, 6-7 inches longer than the turkey. That way you
Right.
can stick it down in the ground when you get up there, so you can have both hands to get your gun.
Right.
And I got to say, it worked out beautifully.
Now, this footage we're getting ready to show here, how far did you actually have to reap before you got to where you're at right now? Like right now, you can see you behind this turkey fan. And if you look in the woods there, you can see him. He's hopping on logs, and he's swelling up.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's about a 300-yard field that I walked down. And I saw him walk back in the woods, and the whole way down there, I couldn't see him. And then it was just before they started this footage is when I first got a glimpse of him through I have a Jake fan
Right.
on the back of him, an old Jake fan. So
he gets close to you. He gets probably, what, 10 or 15 feet from you when it's all said and done?
he's probably 15 feet from me. I mean, he's right there. And
that's got to be a rush, man, just adrenaline rush from no end.
I tell you what, I thought he was going to see my heart beat through the reaping rig.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure my heart was hitting the back of that reaping rig.
And that's great footage being 300 yards away. It's really good footage, and both of y'all kind of look eye to eye there. And
Yeah, it's a.
I'm wondering how close he would have got if you wouldn't have dropped that fan.
Well, he stuck it. You can see he sticks his head up right there, and he saw something he was
Yeah.
kind of concerned about. So.
At first shot, look at you shot him like a dove.
Yeah. Well, I keep seeing all these YouTube videos, and every time you see them, the turkey will stall just for a second, gives them a half a second to a second to pull
Right.
that trigger. He took off like he was on fire.
Yeah. And we're going to show it here again because it's just amazing footage. You see it on YouTube and this stuff and that, and you don't know how it's really done or how it's really set up. If it's a farm form or what it is, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But this is actual, true, live Casey County footage.
That's it.
And there's no fence, there's no nothing. It's 100% fair chase here, and that's what's great about it. And it was a good bird. What were the measurements on this bird?
He had both his spurs measured exactly an inch, and his beard was exactly 10 inches. So he was a strong 2-year-old.
Yeah.
He wasn't the biggest bird I ever killed, but he was definitely the toughest. That's and the most fun for sure.
Yeah, when you get a 300 yard kind of stalk like that, when you got to be crouched down behind that fan, that takes a toll on your back, your knees, your legs, everything that far.
But when you're looking at him 15 feet, it kind of eases the pain a
It
little
does.
bit.
You forget about all the crawl you had and everything. It's really good. So
Yeah,
that's really good footage and great bird.
he's a nice bird, real nice bird.
So hopefully we can recreate that this week when we go out this week. So it'll be.
Yeah, well, I've got Cletus still in the truck, so
Is that what you call him
that's
now?
what his name is. It's Cletus.
That's great.
Yeah, so Cletus stays with me now all the time, so just in case. Because that was just a farm that we can hunt, and we kind of drove up and just kind of crested the hill a little bit, and we saw him sitting in the bottom of that field with a hen. And
Just one gobbler?
One gobbler and one hen, and this was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which surprises me that the hen was still with him.
Yeah.
And so we backed out there real quick, and I told him, I said, get the camera, we're going, boys.
And that's really good. That's really impressive because it's just a long way to go for one.
Yeah, but
Is that the same farm that your buddy killed his bird on?
No, it's probably a mile down the road.
Okay.
But it's the same road.
Yeah.
Just a lot of birds on that road.
Now, Casey County, it's just they're plumb run over turkeys, aren't they?
Yeah, they're, they every year it seems like there's more and more. We've had a couple down years, seems like, but for the most part, every year that seems we get more.
And I really contribute that to Fish and Wildlife planning.
Absolutely.
And predator control. That's the two things I think really has brought the birds on here in Kentucky in the last few years. It seems like the numbers just keep getting stronger and stronger every year because Fish and Wildlife's doing a great job on when the season opens, when the season ends. And we only get 3 weekends, which is, to me, is not fair. I want to hunt five months.
7 weekends.
But when they do that, they do it for a reason. The biologists are really on their game. And then everybody out there, there's more and more predator hunters popping up everywhere, which is really helping to keep these pups and these eggs intact.
That and the
So-
Madera County boys.
And those Dairy County boys get them. So, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching Wild Kentuckiana Live. Welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. With me, I've got Brian Sneed, staff member of Lights Out Outdoors TV. We've been talking turkey this whole show so far. It's been great. Had a little Hyte in here. He was a little character.
Oh, he's fun, man.
And hopefully we can get with him on maybe youth season coming up, deer season, and get him on camera. I like to get some more footage of that little kid because he's pretty. For
He's
9
into
years
it,
old,
yeah.
boy, he's pretty stellar. You know,
Yeah.
he's got some squirrels under his belt. He got a deer, got a turkey.
He's all about it, ain't he?
He's all about it. You know, that's what it's about, man. Getting these young kids involved in it. And so we're going to talk this last segment here because I got Brian here with me about our TV show Lights Out. For those you don't know, I don't try to promote it a whole lot on the show, but every once in a while I do take a little bit of time to talk about Lights Out Outdoors TV. And on the Pursuit Channel this year, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. It's big for us.
Huge.
I mean, we've signed some really, really stellar sponsors: Ozonics, Tribe Archery, Dexter Knives, Black Eagle Arrows. It's just Advanced Tree Stands Takedown System. I mean, we have just hit home run after home run this year, and I'm really proud of where we're at right now. We have a new producer, and our new producer is going to be stellar.
He's got some ideas.
He does, man. I cannot wait to see his creative ability come out in this new show, and it's going to be different than most shows you see on any of the Pursuit Channel, Outdoor, or Sportsman. It's going to be a hybrid. It's going to be, you definitely will see some kills. You'll definitely see some really good footage, but you're actually going to see a more of a personal side of us, sort of like a flop between Duck Dynasty and a normal hunting show. So we're really excited to see that. We're going to scroll through some pictures here because I was telling you earlier we were having a stellar year with turkey. That right there was Zach. That was the one he shot this morning.
Nice.
That we showed the footage of earlier this evening. Chris Redmond, crew member, former University of Louisville quarterback and NFL guy, and done a little bit of everything. His son was able to get one this year. This is Jason McKinley, another crew member. He has worked hard this year on these birds. They have given him fits all year, and he was texting me when he shot this one and said, "Man, this is one of the hardest hunts I've had all my life, turkey hunting." Was this bird here, and he killed a really, really good bird. And Jason's a great turkey hunter.
He earned that one.
He did, and he always kills. He usually kills out every year, and he's a little worried this year because it's been a little tougher for him. He had the same complaint: hit the ground, shut up.
Yep.
Hard to get them. Hard to know where they're at if
That's
they're not
it.
talking to you.
Hard to hunt if you don't know where they're at.
You know, and I like it when they talk dirty. This is Redmond's son here, and he's 9 years old. That's his first bird that was killed out there in Shelby County. And he was just jacked up, so he's pretty proud to be part of the staff there. And he just made junior staff, killing his first animal, so it's going to be really cool for him. So he's pretty tore up. That's the one we just showed the footage of you reaping across the field. It's a beautiful, beautiful bird. They're just wonderful animals, and the good thing about it is they eat better than they look.
Oh yeah.
And that's a really cool picture that Jason took out on his farm with the Dexter knife and everything. So it's we're really proud of Dexter knives. I tell you what, I got a knife from Dexter when I went to Texas. It basically processed a ram, an axis doe, 3 white-tailed bucks, and now 4 turkeys. And I still have not sharpened it.
And it stays true.
And it stays true. It's 100% sharp still. You can still shave your arm with it. It is the most ridiculous knife I've ever seen in my life. So, folks, if you're looking for a hunting knife of any type, they have the gutters, they have everything. And you only want to buy one the rest of your life that you can hand down for 5 or 6 generations, Dexter knives. Go look at them, Dexter Outdoors. Tell them Tom at Lights Out sent you. They will take care of you. I think it's $150 for their whole little kit, but I'm going to tell you, it's a lifetime guaranteed. It's worth it. Comes with a saw.
That saw is
the saw's
key,
really
man.
good.
It's very nice.
And then it comes with the gut with the knife, and then it comes with a caping knife.
Yeah.
So you can do everything you need to do in the field with just that Dexter knife. So it's a really good. They got a really cool tactical knife too that we gave away on here one time. It's pretty stellar. But all of our sponsors have been good to us,
All of them.
and it's just so much fun to get out there and do what you love to do, and have the support from your family, from your employers, and then from your sponsors. This makes it all worthwhile, and what makes us keep going.
That's it.
You know,
if it wasn't for the family, you'd be sitting at the house doing
laundry.
chores.
That might be next week's episode. I'm gonna try to get my wife to come on next week and have her talk about what it's like to be married to me and me always gone hunting, and see how she likes that.
She gonna take every segment?
She could probably fill up all the segments with just the stuff I put her through going hunting, or going fishing. So, folks, I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful season out there, like we are, and the birds have just been plentiful this year. And
dropping like flies.
I tell you what, folks, we got a new lease down in Dare County this year for deer that I am just so pumped up about. I mean, there's 2 deer killed on both sides of the farm, not on this farm, opposite sides of the farm, that were 160 and above.
Yeah.
And we went up there a couple weeks ago and did some looking around, and we found some really, really nice rubs.
6-inch trees rubbed, clean, slick.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really good year. I'm hoping for, and I'm hoping it pays off for us out there. And we got a really cool sponsor coming down, HHA Site Company. Their head marketing guy's coming down and spend 3 days with us, and we're going to be hunting with us for 3 days. So we're really happy to have HHA come down to Kentucky, and we try to do that. We try to bring down some sponsors each year to show them how much we appreciate them and their support for us. And only 2 states you can really get a velvet whitetail is Kentucky and South Carolina, and we all know South Carolina don't really grow deer. So
big dogs.
Big dogs. Everybody wants to come to Kentucky for that velvet deer, so we're going to have HHA down for that. And folks, if you're looking for a great way to get your business out here locally, make sure you contact Wild Kentuckiana Live. There's a lot of opportunity to sponsor. It doesn't matter if it does not have to be hunting related. We'll go to the end of the earth to make sure we promote your company. And I don't care if you own a construction company or a window company or whatever it is, contact us here at Wild Kentuckiana Live, and we'll make sure that we take good care of you and put a package together that fits your needs, and get you some more publicity and send some more people your way, because this show's really growing fast, and I'm proud of the way it's coming, and I think it's heading in the right direction. And we've had some really good guests from professional baseball players, NFL players, senators, Fish and Wildlife Commissioner. I've got Jim Strader coming on here in a couple weeks, so Jim's got tons and tons of knowledge. So he's been around Louisville for, 150 years, I think. Yeah. He'll probably fight me for that one. Yeah. Folks, stay tuned. We'll see you next week, Wild Kentuckiana Live.